This is the Mighty Oba again here on clbTV and Mix 1080 AM WFO Radio, talking about the world of sports with our weekly sports update. The Buffalo Bills are now getting ready for their season. We are seeing some areas of the Buffalo Bills that I like. I like the defensive line play of many of our defenders, including superstar Mario Williams and Marcell Dareus and Alex Carrington. I have a big concern about Kyle Williams. I do not like what I have seen from our veteran defensive tackle since off-season surgery for the second year in a row. He has not looked good at all. He has a noticeable limp, and we are not seeing the explosion we're used to seeing from Kyle Williams. And I'm wondering if he has any lingering effects from the problem that he's had with his Achilles the last 2 years. And this could be a major concern for the Buffalo Bills. What is a good thing is there are some young people that are looking very good. Jay Ross is looking very good. Courtney Brown is looking very well on the defensive line also. And we've had some very interesting play from newcomers Jerry Hughes and Manny Lawson at the outside linebacker positions. I think this is going to be a defense that a lot of teams in the NFL are going to have a problem with, because it has an ability to cause a lot of problems with multiple fronts, multiple blitzes. You're not going to know what direction this team is coming from defensively. On the offensive side of the ball, we have a lot of youth, especially at the receiver position, but this is a good thing. I think we have some great talent at the receiver position, which I believe at this point is one of the best young receiving crews in the NFL. Derrick Rogers, TJ Graham, and Robert Wood, all of these guys are looking good. I am really impressed with the tenacity and the speed of Marquise Goodwin. This guy is really looking good. I think we have a lot to look forward to. One area of concern for the Buffalo Bills is their interior of their offensive line, and I don't mean center Eric Wood. Eric Wood is a tremendous pickup for the Bills. He's been with the Bills for a number of years. He plays the center position at a very stellar level. But at the guards positions, Craig Urbick, Colin Brown, and Doug Legursky, I think we have some problems at the guard position for this team. They could not do anything in their scrimmages so far against the defensive line play of Marcell Dareus and Alex Carrington and Jay Ross. They do not get very good push in the middle. They're a little bit better in pass protection, but I am very much concerned about the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills, especially the guard play and the tackle play. I have not been impressed with Cordy Glenn this training camp. He looks a little heavier. He looks like he's not in as good a condition as he was last year. I do not like the right tackle play of Eric Pearson. We have not seen Chris Harrison at all. He's on the PUP, physically unable to perform list, and I think we've got some problems on this offensive line. And I was very surprised that the brain trust of the Buffalo Bills did not address the offensive line earlier in the draft. It seemed that they were concentrating on team speed, which obviously is a good thing, but if you cannot block for a young quarterback, he's going to have a tough time, and your veteran quarterback is a guy that cannot take hits. So I think we have a real problem on the offensive line, and I think the Bills should have addressed that first, because your greatest weapon, I think, was the fact that you had one of the best running backs in the league in C.J. Spiller, and who is complemented by another great running back in Fred Jackson, who's just gotten a little older, who does not need to have as many touches as he's had in the past. But I believe that our running game was our strength that should have been strengthened first by the offensive line. I am excited about our young receivers, though, but I am concerned about the offensive line. The tackle and guard play of this offensive line, I think, has been less than stellar during this training camp, and I'm surprised that other members of the media are not talking about this more, that the only real dependable person on this offensive line so far that I can see is Eric Wood. The rest of them have played below mediocrity, and it needs to be talked about more. This offensive line needs some work. This is the Mighty Oba right here on Mix 1080 AM WFO Radio and clbTV, talking about the world of sports. We'll see you next week.